live via Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from our studios in Trinidad. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, Abundant Life, the essence of bliss, abundant life, infinite life, aliveness is the essence of bliss. Death is security, but life is always evolving, expanding, growing, and there is insecurity about it. Anything can happen to a person who is alive. Nothing can happen to a person who is dead. Death is security. There is no future, no possibility of change, no possibility of transformation or growth. The last thing has happened to him, death. Now, nothing can happen. In the same way, if you are living by certain principles, a principle to life is death, dead personality. Tantra is not interested in any principles. Tantra has no objection if you feel good being dead. That is your decision. It is your choice. You can commit suicide, and this is a suicide. But Tantra is for those who want to be more and more alive, more and more pulsating. The truth, the ultimate, is not death. It is life. Remember that the ultimate is not death. The ultimate is life, more life, abundant life, infinite life. So by being dead, you can never reach to the ultimate. The moment you are dead, you are dead. You cannot reach the ultimate, you cannot attain to bliss. It is, if it is life, if at all there is life, that is abundant life, then by being dead, how can you reach, how can you contact the abundant life? Just by being more alive, more vulnerable, more sensitive, being less principled and more alert, you will reach it. Why do we seek principles? You may not have observed it why. It is because with principles there is no need to be alert. There is no need to be awake. You need not be alert. If you live through principles, there is no need to be alert. Suppose I make a principle out of non-violence, and then that non-violence is the way, and then I stick to it. I make a principle out of it to be truthful and stick to it. Then by and by it becomes a habit. I create a habit of being truthful, of always speaking the truth. It becomes in the process a mechanical process, a mechanical habit. Now there is no need to be alert. When you are driving, your steering automatically turns towards your home or your destination. This is mechanical, and there is no need for any alertness. I cannot speak lies because of a principle, a habit, and it always creates a barrier. The society depends on or weaves its complete structure around principles, on developing and educating the children with certain principles. Then they become incapable really of being otherwise. If a person becomes incapable of transforming, making a decision in the moment, deciding when a circumstance or situation comes in, suppose you have made a principle, you have made it a habit that for something, eating meat is not right. So you are living by that principle. It has become your habit, not a choice. Suppose a situation comes in, there isn't anything available to you, and you are starving. In that situation, what you will do? Your truth can be alive only if it comes through alertness. At that moment, what it is necessary, truth evolves out of awakening, out of alertness, not through principles. Each moment you have to be alert in order to choose in that moment what it is necessary. Truth is not a principle, it is attained in a state when there is awakening. It is something born out of your alertness. Non-violence is not a principle. If you are alert, if you are awake, then you cannot be violent. The violence will not be there. But that is difficult and arduous to decide in the moment. So we choose certain principles and live by that. You will have to transform yourself totally. It is easy to create a life according to certain principles, rules, regulations. Then you don't have to worry about. You live a mechanical life, a totally mechanical life. It is easy to create life according to principles, rules and regulations. There is nothing to worry about it. You need not worry about being more alert or aware or awake or anything. Then you are just like a railway train that is running on the tracks. The principles create a track for you to move. Those tracks are your principles. You will always run on those tracks. You are not afraid because you cannot miss the path. It becomes automatic. Really, you don't need to have a path. You have just mechanical rails on which the tracks on which your train runs. You will reach the destination because you are on a track. But you will not be afraid in any way. You will be asleep and the train will reach. Even if you are asleep, the train will reach. It is running on dead path, and those principles are not alive. But Tantra says life is not like that. It is more like a river. It is not running on iron tracks. Really, life is like a river that is continuously flowing. The path has not even been charted before. As the river flows, the path is created. River is rivering, and as it is moving, the path is created. The river will reach to the sea ultimately, and this is how the life should be if you understand the Tantra way. That life is like a river. There are no pre-charted, predestined, predetermined path. Sometimes the river soaks, it goes around the trees and it drifts, then it comes back on its track once again. There is no predestined, pre-charted way. No map is given to you which has to be followed. But the track will run this way. And at a certain point, it will change its direction. Just be alive and alert, and then wheresoever life leads you, go with full confidence. Tantra is the way of trust, a trust in the life force. Allow it to lead you, do not force it. Allow it to lead you, surrender to it, and allow it to lead you to reach the ultimate destination, the ocean. Just be alert, and alertness alone is enough. While life leads you towards the ocean, just be alert so that you don't miss anything. It is very important to remember that Tantra is not simply concerned with the end, the destination. It is also concerned with the means. It is also concerned with the path, not only the destination. Both are important. The destination and how you reach the destination. If you are alert, even this life will be bliss. The very moment of the river, the very movement of the river is bliss in itself. That's why life is abundant. And this leads to bliss. Passing through the valleys, through the rocks, falling down from the hill, moving into the unknown is all bliss. Be alert here also, every moment. Be alert and awake. Because the ocean, the ultimate, cannot just be happening in the end, it cannot be, it is a growth. When you reach the destination, it is out of growth. The river is growing, is developing, is moving. River is growing to be the ocean. River is growing to be the ocean. It is not simply going to meet the ocean. It is growing to be the ocean. And this is possible only through experience, rich experience, alert experience, moving, trusting. This is how Tantra looks at the inner search, at the human search. Of course, it is dangerous. If river can run through the predestined path, that is what the canal is, then there will be less danger, less errors, but the beauty of the alertness you will miss. The beauty of alertness. So do not follow any principle, do not follow any rules. Just be a creator of more and more consciousness. Those principles will happen to you, but you will never be imprisoned in them. When you grow into consciousness, you live life in a certain way, moment to moment. Those principles will happen to you, and you will never be imprisoned in them in any way. Life is abundant. Life is infinite. As you move, it creates a path, a direction. River, remember, you are a river that is walking to grow into the ocean, not merge into the ocean. Yes, ultimately it appears to be merging with the ocean, but it is growing to be the ocean. Without that, what is river growing? Is continuously moving through the uncharted path. Why? So it is growing in its movement, its direction, to ultimately become the ocean. River becomes the ocean. River becomes the ocean. How? Because it has trust in its path. It is uncharted path. River does not follow a pattern. River does not follow a principled life. It simply flows through the uncharted path. Does not know where it is going. Does not know where it will reach or not, but there is a trust. And with that trust, it continues to grow. Growth means you are moving from one place to another, one state of conscious, one state to the another, and that is a growth. And it is in that growth you attain the ultimate. When you go through the education system, what it is? Growth. Growth from standard 1 to standard 2. Standard 2, when you reach, do you know what is going to happen in standard 1? It is an uncharted path. You grow into that. And when you grow, you reach the next stage. Is it not growth? Life is growth. Life is a growth. Journey is a growth. and you continuously grow. So what you are doing? You are evolving, you are growing into stature. Form 1 to Form 2 there is a growth. Form 2 to Form 3 is a growth. From a school to college is a growth. College to university is a growth. So too life has to grow in abundance. Life has to grow through the different stages. Ultimately it becomes that it cannot remain imprisoned. When a bird lays the egg, the egg remains. Whatever you call that starts growing within the egg as the mother bird hatches it, and then ultimately it has grown so big that it cannot remain within the four walls of the prison, the egg. It breaks the egg shell and comes out. Fetus continues to grow in mother's womb. It is a growth. Life is a growth. Fetus grows in mother's womb, continues to grow, and this growth happens hidden. Nobody knows how it is growing. And then ultimately, when the growth has reached its pinnacle, then the manifestation happens. The bud is continuously opening, growing, and when its growth reaches a certain level that it cannot contain anymore, its petals open. And when petals open, the beauty and fragrance captivates your heart and nostrils. It captivates your heart. So let life be abundant, a continuous growth, a continuous flowering, and then one day you reach the ultimate. Only this much for this morning. Until tomorrow, take care and do have a pleasant day.